thousands of years. And so in ancient history, like if we look at places like China and India, Greece and Egypt, just to name a few, they've been using herbal like things and like poultices and all this kind of stuff for thousands of years. Our indigenous people as well in North America, so in United States and in Canada, and probably Aboriginals like in Australia and places like that, they've been using plant medicine forever, and they still today use plants first for healing before they go to like pill bottles, even though they can get access to pill bottles now. So we have a lot of indigenous people in Canada, and they're very, very heavily into their plant medicine. So if we look at like since the beginning of time, so humans have been doing trial and error, right? Like just like anything in science, like experimenting. Let's try this herb. Let's try this plant. You know, I'm sure there's been a couple, you know, errors where people have died from eating something poisonous, but they've been testing and trying different things for so many years. I always think of it as thinking of yourself being in a clinical trial, like a vast clinical trial for thousands of years, trying to figure out, you know, which things work together, which things work separately, what does what. And sometimes we're working on one thing and we discover something else. And that happens a lot in science, doesn't it? You know, someone like the Post-it note guy, you know, he was trying to create like a really strong glue. And instead he got this glue that, you know, it's sticky, but not as sticky. And then this is what was created was like the Post-it notes or the sticky notes. Yeah, these ones are staples from our store here, sticky. So Post-it notes, I think, is the brand that everybody knows of. But gosh, like working in corporate, like I have these little, this is a tiny one, but this is a blue one that's sort of less common. I have these things all around my office, like crazy. But that's where it came from, when trial and error, trying to like create something. Same thing with medicine, same thing, you know, before penicillin was created. Remember, they were doing some other testing and then penicillin was discovered. So it is possible too that as humans, we were getting our ideas from watching animals. We used to sit and watch what they were doing. This is so neat. It's called zoopharmacognosy. This term, zoopharmacognosy. This is the behavior of animals to specifically pick out certain plants to eat. Like they are that smart. They, you know, go for this plant. If you want to fix this, go for that plant. If you want to fix this other thing. Apparently, they will self-medicate themselves from certain plants. So we've seen this. We see this all the time with animals, with our cats and our dogs, our domesticated animals. What do they do when they're feeling their tummy is like upset, and maybe they ate too much, or maybe they ate something that was a bit foul. Maybe they lick something outside that wasn't, you know, very good. They go for grass. They go and eat the grass so they can throw up. They need to get that out, so they eat grass. As soon as you see an animal eating grass, you know what's coming, right? So you get them outside, or you get, you know, like it's like, here, quick, put them outside. They're about to throw up. So that's one example. What's another example? Chimpanzees have been known to go for the Aspilia plant. I should actually get a picture of the Aspilia plant. I don't even know what it looks like, but they eat those leaves because that helps to clear out parasites inside them. So it is pretty interesting. Like, you know, as humans, we've been observing and watching, like, what are our animals doing? Because they have instincts. They just are intuitive. Animals are very intuitive. So what in society today, what do we call these types of doctors? Like yeah, that's a great example, a naturopath. So there's different types of doctors. So that's one type, naturopaths. What other types of doctors? I think Dorielle mentioned one. Herbalist. She went to see an herbalist when she was having with her neuropathy. She wanted to see, is there something natural I can be doing for my nerve pain? Anybody else? Any other doctor names? What other types of doctors do you have in your community?
Yes, we have some that's called whole food plant doctors.
Okay.
Whole food plants, the natural way of eating of all plants. And
yes,
now there's doctors that
they're coming out with all sorts of new names. Yeah. I studied holistic nutrition. So it's kind of like functional nutrition. I call myself a functional nutritionist because it's the same thing, using plants and herbs and like using food to heal. So herbalists, whole food doctors, functional nutritionists. What are some other names?
Homeopath.
Yeah, homeopath is one. Yeah, homeopath. What about traditional Chinese medicine? Have any of you gone to see a traditional Chinese medicine doctor? We have quite a few of them here in Canada. We call them TCM doctors. So they are very, very much into using herbs. I mean, they got all sorts of Chinese herbs that they crush and put together, and there's these terrible tasting teas that you have to drink. That's an interesting herbal medicine, Aboriginal medicine, bush medicine. These are all different types of names. So there's many different kind, like somebody mentioned homeopathic as well. So yeah, this is so you understand that this is a big thing these days. Like, it's not just about going to the doctor and getting another pill. Sometimes we don't want to take another pill that's hard on our stomach and our digestion and it causes us heartburn. So we want to try some of these natural things. Now, I've said it in the beginning, I'll say it again also, whatever you do, make sure you talk to your health practitioner, whether it's your doctor or your nurse practitioner. Even though I have a nursing degree in functional nutrition and I won't say qualified to sort of talk about this stuff, I still ask and beg that you do talk to your doctor and let them know what you're doing, because I don't know everybody's specifics. I don't know if you're on a blood pressure medication that can be affected by having an herbal drink or something like that. So you need to let people know what you're doing so you don't do something, this isn't right. You shouldn't be connecting these two things together. So there are thousands of different herbs out and spices and stuff out there, but I've chosen to talk about 7 of them that go with these ailments. So let's get going through that. Let's start with the first one is the high blood sugar. Many of us have high blood sugar. We don't even have to be diabetic to have high blood sugar. So what do we do when we have it? So you could be considered pre-diabetic. You're not considered diabetes, but your sugar levels are a little bit above the norm, right? You're kind of creeping up. They've been up there. You know, maybe you're overweight, maybe you've just been sedentary, maybe you've just been having poor food choices lately and you've gotten into a habit of having something sweet after every meal. Whatever it is, high sugar in the blood is never good, okay? We eat the carbohydrates and hope it converts into energy. So we have energy to move around and move our body. We all need carbohydrates. The friend down the street that says they don't eat carbs, you know they're lying, because you can say, yeah, but then you'd be dead. You need carbohydrates to survive. So when someone says they don't eat carbs, you can say, yeah, I get it. You eat lower carbs, but